Is Glassdoor a reliable data source? Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Future in 5. My name is Jacob Morgan. This is where I share thoughts and ideas and commentary on the future of work in 5 minutes or less. A lot of people have been asking about Glassdoor. If you haven't heard of Glassdoor, it's basically a website where you can go learn almost anything you want about an organization without actually having to speak with anybody that works there. So salary information, corporate culture, pictures of the office, what employees think about working there. You can get all sorts of kind of honest and transparent reviews about the company just by typing in the company name. So it's not exactly like this analogy, but kind of bear with me. It's sort of like TripAdvisor or Yelp for consumer establishments. Glassdoor is kind of the equivalent for businesses. And a lot of people always wonder, is it really a reliable source of data? So if you look at a company and it's got 2 stars, is it really bad? If it has 4.5 stars, is it really good? From what I have found, I do think Glassdoor is a great data source. It's actually the best data source that we have that's publicly available about organizations. So short of actually going into an organization and getting a representative sample size of people that work there and conducting your own survey, Glassdoor is the best source of publicly available information about what it's like to work at any company. Some people say, oh, people only go up there to put bad reviews. Or I've heard the exact opposite argument. People only go up there to put good reviews. Regardless of the stance that you take, for a lot of organizations, when they have 500, 1,000, 2,000 reviews from employees, chances are that you don't just have like 2,000 angry people at your company that are bashing you online. If you have a large amount of reviews like that, then chances are if people say that it's good or if they say that it's bad, from what I have seen, that accurately does reflect what it's like to work there. I know this because I'm doing research for a new book, and Glassdoor gave me access to a lot of their data, and I analyzed over 250 companies based on how good they are at providing experiences for their employees. And I didn't look at just the stars, but I looked at actually the reviews that people are writing, like the actual content and what they're saying. And then I compared that to a bunch of other stuff, which I'll share later. But I do think Glassdoor is a great, reliable data source for us to look at. And it's the best one that's publicly available. Is it perfect? Of course not. But I think it's a little unfair to say that, just like if you go to a restaurant. If a restaurant has 2 stars, you're not going to say, well, the only people that eat there or the only people that put those reviews up are the people that hated eating there. Similarly, if you see another review for another restaurant on Yelp that has 4.5 stars, you can't say, the only people that put up those reviews are the people that loved it. It's kind of like you can spin the argument in any way that you want, but I am more concerned with the overall big picture trend. So if you're at a large organization and you have maybe just 10 reviews that have been put up on Glassdoor, okay, I can see that maybe it's not that accurate or reliable. But if you work at a company that has thousands of people and there's 1,000 reviews or 500 reviews, that's an accurate representative sample size of your workforce. So I think it's important to pay attention to what those ratings and reviews actually are. And there have been a lot of studies and correlations that have been done by Glassdoor and other third parties, which show that the rankings that you have on Glassdoor do impact business metrics, performance, engagement, stuff like that. So again, not perfect, but I do think it's safe for an organization to look at a data source like Glassdoor and actually put some business weight behind it and actually treat it with seriousness and with a kind of respect that I think it deserves, because at the end of the day, it is your customers, your employees that are putting these reviews up there, and it's worth paying attention to. Just like it is worth paying attention to if people say things about you on social media, on Yelp, on Twitter, etc. Curious to hear what you think. Is Glassdoor a good data source for us to look at? I think so. Again, not perfect, but it's the best that's out there. What else I think is really interesting, just before I wrap up, is that is just kind of the beginning of where we're going. I think in the future you'll be able to see transparent information, not just about the company, but about actual people that work there, managers, maybe not by name, but by job title, by group, by function. So imagine you look up a company, it's got a certain star rating, and you're also able to see that same star rating per division, per manager that might be working there. So I think that's definitely the direction that we're going, with a lot of transparency and with a lot of just reviews for us to get a good glimpse as to what's going on inside of companies. That's what I think is happening. That's what I'm seeing happening, and I know a lot of organizations are at least exploring this concept internally around transparency. For me, it's a big part of employee experience. Okay, now I'll stop rambling. If you have any follow-up questions on this, feel free to use the hashtag #AskTheFuturist, and I will go ahead and answer it. But that's my perspective. That's where I stand. Where do you stand? Is it all just a bunch of fluff, or does it make business sense? If you want to get access to more episodes of these videos, podcasts, articles, etc., you can visit thefutureorganization.com. Or find me on Twitter, Ask Jacob, or at Jacob M. Use the hashtag #AskTheFuturist. I'll see you next time on an episode of The Future in 5. Hey, are you interested in the future of work? If so, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get all the latest content on the future of work and stay up to date on all the latest trends and happenings. Not to mention, you will make me very, very happy. Make sure to subscribe.